What's up, everybody? Bike Builder Bear in the house. This is something different. I wanted to express myself on how I really don't like, I even satirically hate people that pull off emission stuff in California. And this is where I'll start. This truck doesn't have a V8 in it. This truck isn't a platform that is meant for drifting or anything like that. So if you pull these things off, you're an asshole and an idiot, and I hate you. Not really, but I hate you, but not really. Allegedly. So this truck came in running condition, not well, but running, and it was missing all of the air tubes from the manifolds. It was missing this guy right here, which connects the air cleaner, the emissions, everything to the smog pump. And it was missing that diverter valve, which goes back over there by in between or on the corner of the carburetor. And I got this truck for $1,200. Great deal from my neighbor, and he got it from a guy, which I don't know the backstory, but it obviously did not get to my neighbor with the smog parts. My neighbor was unknowing of it when he sold the truck to me. He didn't try to rip me off. No, he just didn't know. He didn't dig into this truck. He didn't look into it, because I think he was going to actually pull the body off of this truck and stick it under a older car body. I think it was going to end up going to some old Buick or some old shoebox Chevy or something like that. But he ended up not getting around to that project in a timely manner and needed to sell the truck. I offered up $1,200, and it still is a good deal. But warning to everybody, these trucks and these era vehicles might not be the most liked by everybody, but they are definitely now classics. I have been searching to get that part and that part, and they don't make them anymore. No auto parts stores have them anymore. I had to go to the junkyard, and even looking in junkyards for a long time, I have not found a single one of these trucks till recently with all the smog parts. And luckily I found one when I went to Sun Valley last weekend, and it had the air cleaner, it had all the vacuum tubes, it had everything connected. Yes, it had been turned into a rat's den with tons of feces everywhere, but I was able to get every single part that I needed. And back to my beginning rant, anybody that wants to pull the emission stuff off of this in any state, you're a jerk. You're just a jerk. Leave this stuff on. There's no reason to turbo this motor or cam this motor or anything like that. So if you're pulling this stuff off, number one, it doesn't run right. Because if you don't have this, I'm pretty sure if you don't have that in conjunction with that, your carburetor is misreading what's going through the pre-OBD1 computer, and it shuts off. As soon as you go to press in the clutch and stop at a stop, it just shuts itself off. And it's not an idle screw issue. It's nothing that you could change like that. I'm pretty sure that there is old junkyard dog tricks to bypass that, or even adjust the idle to where it has a mediocrely high idle, but it keeps itself from shutting off at the last second. But don't do that stuff. Keep this emission stuff. You know what I mean? Don't be pulling this shit off. Don't be lazy. Keep it on. Not only that, you're going to make this vehicle, if this vehicle went to someone else, unlike me, that didn't have the veracity and the tenacity to search out these parts, this vehicle would be done. This thing would be toast. It'd be going to the junkyard to get crushed. You know what I mean? And these are the remnants of American automotive history right here. You know what I mean? I started looking these trucks up, and just in running condition, Once these issues are mitigated in this condition, there's guys selling these trucks just like this for $8,000, $10,000, a little cleaner with good paint and halfway decent interior that's not smoked out to death. So, you know, all you youngsters and garage mechanics that are trying to learn and I don't know who would just take this stuff off unless there was an issue. I wonder if at one point there was a fire in here, because I have a lot of crispy wires that I'm going to have to reroute and patch in. But leave the stuff on. Let it run the way it's supposed to run. You know, even if you're in another state and this car one of these came from California and you're going to jazz it up, don't throw away these emissions parts. And if you're going to take the emissions parts off, either hold on to them and sell them on eBay, sell them to someone that needs them. Don't just let this stuff go to waste. This isn't junk you're looking at. This is classic automotive stuff now. No, we don't got the money to buy old stuff like that anymore, unless you make great money, and I don't make that type of money. I make enough money to fix up something mediocre like this. So to all you jerks out there taking this stuff off and throwing it away and letting this stuff just become dust in the wind, stop it. Please, fucking stop it. You know, and then again, like say you get something like this and you're gonna throw a V8 in it or a motor swap. Don't let that stuff go to the junkyard. There's people out there that need these parts. There's people that need these things. Anyways, I'll keep you guys up on the progress. Today I'm going to be ripping off all kinds of stuff and just to show what a difference a day makes. From my footage earlier in my little rant, I was able to get all of my major issues consolidated. Everything taken care of. I had a broken bolt right there in the head for the valve cover. I had to take the valve covers off, get the old carburetor off, clean a bunch of stuff, pressure wash a bunch of stuff, get everything, into the condition where you could even wrench on it. And then I just started ripping stuff off and getting things ready. Now, same day, maybe 8 hours later, I got the new carburetor on. I know where my lines are going. I've got my wiring harnesses, kind of trimmed back. And all of the old overheated wires are exposed. So the next time I come out here, I'm going to rewire all of the crusty, beat up, messed up wires. I'm going to trace them all the way back, solder them in, heat shrink them in, and run them where they're supposed to go with the proper plugs, one at a time. But, what a difference a day can make. Also, I pressure washed really well, degreased really well, to where not a bunch of crap and crud is, going to fall into my face when I'm working on this thing. And so far, everything is going without any major hinges. So let's check out the stuff that I pressure washed and cleaned. Got my valve covers, the airflow valve, and the I forgot the other part. I pressure washed all that stuff. I got my exhaust bolts right there. Not to mention that my exhaust manifolds are completely off and ready to go get heat coated and cleaned and all that stuff. So don't be afraid to turn wrenches yourself. Just do homework, research, read. You have a supercomputer in your pocket, which I'm using to make this video, a phone. The new phones nowadays, there's no reason why you can't find the information to know what you're doing.